What's up, everybody? We have a really great show for you tonight. It's a full moon and a full house, and we're bringing it right to you right after this. Okay, maybe not. Hold on. Okay, folks, let's do this again. Here we go. Yo, that is like the scariest thing to happen when you go live. This is like the second time this happened, and I'm definitely going to blame this on the full moon because that was some craziness. Anyway, you all, hello. Thank you for hanging out, waiting an extra 8 or 9 minutes. I'm sure we're going to give it back to you on the back end, but thank you for joining the Tingling Tea here on the Tingling Tea. We talk about the strange and the supernatural, the creepy and the cryptid, the weird and the wonderful, and all that is phenomenally freaky. And did I forget one more thing? I might have. But anyway, we talk about scary stuff on this show. So without further ado, I'm going to bring in my illustrious co-host, the one and the only Auggie, ominous Eddie Peterson. Hello. Okay, you're muted.
I didn't realize I had to hit on mute. Damn it.
Oh my God.
You're so low budget. I can't stand it.
This is so hilarious. This is so hilarious.
Oh my God.
I tell you, we have a really great show tonight and we have some really great conversations. So I'm going to bring in all of our guests. Of course, we're going to bring in our other co-hosts to the mostest. We haven't seen him in a while, but the one and only Mike Mayhem Alexandre. Hello.
You know, I can't help but wonder, like, are we really low budget? Because when he said when he said unmute myself, I was like, oh snap, I forgot to unmute myself as well.
If you're on this show, unmute right now.
Unmute right now in the background.
All right. So we had him here last week, and he's actually going to be with me next week when Auggie is out. The one and the only, my co-host with the mostest on the Apple Bites show, Apple TV Apple Bites show, the Written with RALF, Rafael Tavarez. How are you?
Oh wait, you guys caught me mid-mechanism here. Sorry about
that. This is going to be fun. And you all, listen, he's one of our biggest fans. We had to bring him on the show. I thought I would go ahead and give him a bone, throw him a bone, because he's always commenting in the background. Not really. This is one of my favorite people in the world, you all. I'm so excited to have him on this show and to lend to our discussion tonight. You might know him as SONOFASAINT, but I know him as Angel Manuel Lopez. Hello. Ooh, look at that scroll.
As I take a sip out of the cup of, I guess, innocence that's in here.
Oh, well,
what's up, everybody?
Hey, what's
like
up?
Innocence.
Yes. What does innocence taste like?
Bitter, actually.
That sounds about right.
I agree.
So you all, it is close to our favorite time of the year, and you know what that is? It's Halloween. I am telling you, I am so psyched about this holiday, although I'm very low budget this year. I'm not really doing anything. I doubt I'm going to have trick-or-treaters. Might put a few little things out there, but is anybody else like really doing major decoration for Halloween?
No.
I'm going to be happy this year. So while at work, I'm going to be happy. That's a costume.
Is that a decoration?
It's a costume.
I am going to get a decoration for my dog, though.
Ooh.
I do want to get a costume for my dog. I want him to be something from Star Wars.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
then he could be Grogu.
I was thinking Grogu, or there's a couple of those those things that the Sandmen.
Oh, that'd be cool. I haven't seen that.
Those things are kind of cool too. I've seen some costumes.
Well, what about having him be Chewbacca?
We could be
That's a good one,
Chewbacca,
too.
but it's more
That
then it's just the front of him, with the little legs and the fake arms.
He's definitely got the Chewbacca. He definitely has the. Who did that? Who did that? Who did that? Who did the Chewbacca sound?
I don't know.
Mayhem. Was it Mayhem?
No, we don't know. But let's talk about Leslie costume as Agatha. That was amazing.
Oh, thank you. We were just talking. We talked about that last week or week before last. Nobody recognized me except other Wanda's and other Agathas from the MCU universe. Not
Which is kind of you said that before, and I found that kind of weird considering how well WandaVision did. You would think people would have picked you out right away.
She was the comic book version of it, so it gets a little more complicated because you have to know the comic book in order to figure out who she is.
Right.
If she was the MCU version, people probably would have picked her up right away.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
And I chose not to be that one because I knew everybody be running around in that costume because that was a dope costume. Her costume was dope.
Yes.
But I was like,
I love the actress. I love the actress.
Me too.
She's so talented. She's great.
Me too. So maybe Grogu, Chewbacca for you. I mean, for Baxter.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I can't Baxter wait to see Bunny. He
could be Baxter Bunny.
Yeah.
The Baxter Bunny universe.
Who is Baxter Bunny?
You know Baxter Bunny from that Channel 13 show. The Aardvark. What's his name again?
Arthur.
Yeah.
I just wanted to pop up y'all's logos up there since I am so behind today. When I was going to introduce you, I was going to put this on here, our little picture and stuff like that. Yeah. And then
we just had to fast forward all through all this stuff.
Oh wow, that's super old.
But that's okay. That's what I found. But it looks dope in this picture.
It looks cool.
Does look dope.
I have nothing against it. It's just sometimes, especially as an artist, when you see something you did years ago, you see it again, you're like, whoa, I remember that.
It looks great. And then here I have this picture of you too.
Where'd you get that off? Tinder or something? Where'd you get that off?
IMDb. Funny enough, that's my wife's least favorite picture of me.
Actually, that's the only picture that I found of you that was like a headshot.
Like
I found you, and I was like, okay,
well, body shots. Wait, what?
A headshot is hilarious. But
I don't know. As I got into this a lot more, and as my name started going out there more, I just put pictures less of myself up. I just don't want people knowing what I look like at one point.
Well, listen, you don't want people to know who you look like, but I want people to hear what you sound like. So I found something from you.
Oh, this is amazing. Let's
just take this into perspective right now.
I'm just gonna see myself out.
Don't leave. So when Angel and I first met each other, we met each other at a con. It was in Philadelphia. I think that was the first time that I interviewed you for the Bit and Apple TV. It was you and Jay that I interviewed.
Yeah, that was at Great Philadelphia Comic-Con.
Yep, Great Philadelphia Comic-Con. And we have this really unique conversation. I don't know why or how we got into this conversation, but we got into this conversation about the supernatural. And all of us shared stories about stuff. But one thing we also had in common is that you all told me that y'all used to be a part of a rock band.
Yeah.
And so I found some old footage of you and Jay singing in somebody's basement. And I gotta bring it up. But the song is dope.
Are we supposed to be nice to our guests?
Okay,
supposed to be nice.
We gotta hear this. Let's listen.
We want you back, Angel. We really do.
Okay, listen. Here we go. This is Rage of Zion.
It's just 2000.
2007. It says.
Yeah, something like that. Look at that hair. Jesus. Oh my God.
I think that should be our new title song.
Yeah, it's a nice song. I like it.
That was
Yo, this song is dope.
Yeah,
That's going in my playlist. I just want you to know that's going in my playlist.
That song was called "One More Tomorrow." It's actually a song about suicide.
Oh well, that might be why I like it. So you know, I'm into that dark metal stuff. So I love that.
God.
Not that dark metal, but dark lyrics.
When you said you was pulling up like when me and Jay were musicians, I thought you was pulling up like Biting Saints. Like people know us more from Biting Saints than that band. That band is like really like going back.
Yeah.
When we were young, when we were young and dumb, as opposed to old and dumb. You know.
You know what bugs me out is Jay looks exactly the same.
Yes,
it's true.
Jay looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
He does, but the song is dope, you all. So I it's going in my it's definitely going in my playlist. I the minute it sounded like Santana, I was like, oh, okay.
And
had a little
funny
feel.
enough, shout out to the bass player. That's actually D Gates. He used to be part of Bad Boy Records back in those days.
Oh,
so he used to play in like backing bands for like you know, a lot of the Bad Boy artists and stuff like that. He's doing his own thing now, but like that was I'm talking ancient history now.
Wow, I loved it. Well, so now we know you as the artist, and so I wanted to bring up some things that people probably don't know about you and some stuff that you've put out. So I'm gonna I couldn't find like your page or whatever, but I did find some of your art. So let me see if I can show this. This is old right there, what you said.
Ooh, yeah, super old. I forgot I even had an art station.
I'm just bringing up old stuff, ain't I? Oh my goodness, I'm just bringing it up there. But yo, look at some of this stuff, you all. Let's bring this one up in particular.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that's what I used to do. A lot of photo-based stuff, a lot of photo manipulation-based stuff, because I was doing a lot of corporate like marketing and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Obviously, these days I don't use any photo bases anymore. I pretty much construct everything from scratch now. But like this is like from that time period, you know, when you're trying to figure out who you are as an artist, what you want to do, and you know what I mean. Like,
sure,
it was a good start. Yeah, it was a good start because I was trying to find a way to, because I can draw and paint, but I'm also like a graphic designer for like the corporate world too. So I kind of wanted to find a way to marry the two. And at that time, I figured I'll just do some photo manipulations and just paint on top and stuff like that. And it worked well in the beginning, but then after a while, you get tired of it. You just want to create from scratch. Just, you know, that's the artist in me, where I don't want to use any photo bases at all.
So when you have an idea of what you want to do, what do you do it on a tablet? Do you do it like what is your medium that you first capture?
So the way I typically start, especially like with the kind of stuff I'm doing now, I sketch everything out with a pencil and paper. I kind of map it all out, bare bones. I use a lot of like shaping just to get myself situated, and then I'll scan it in, put it on a canvas on Photoshop, and then I'll just start working it from there. I also have learned how to sculpt in 3D. So sometimes if I want to give it more dynamic so that it looks more realistic, I'll sculpt it in 3D, you know, on a grayscale, and then paint it.
Is that in Photoshop, or is that it's all in Photoshop, or is it a variety of different?
It's a variety of things. So I'm using like Illustrator, I'm using Blender, I'm using Hexagon, which are 3D programs, and then Photoshop to digitally paint. But this is like a lot of like, and this, a lot of this stuff is good to see too, because sometimes you got to see how you started. You know what I mean? Like it makes you feel better about like what the journey, the journey of becoming who you become, and seeing that a lot of the hard work of learning. Like I from this time period to now, I spent a lot of hours learning anatomy, learning different painting techniques, things to make myself better so that I don't have to depend on a photo, or I don't have to depend on some kind of photo base or something like that, because especially now in particular where I'm actually doing comic book covers, actual variant covers now, I can't use a photo base. That's just not gonna fly. So being able to see the progression of where you started and where you are now shows that you should always trust the journey and the process, and just continue to always learn and always try to be better than who you were yesterday. So
is there any projects you can tell us about that we need to look out for that you're currently working on now?
I've got a ton, man. The food stamps variant cover the food stamps variant cover I did dropped at New York Comic-Con, completely sold out at New York Comic-Con. Like I'm grateful for anyone who's picked that up. I've got like 3 left of my copies that were given to me to sell, that are left on my end. I also did the issue 2 variant.
Can you pull that up for me? Can you pull up food stamps real quick?
I also did the variant cover for Phil Russett's Tragedy issue 2. I did a variant cover for him. I did a variant cover that just got approved, which I can't show yet. That I'm waiting on Mark Theodoso to set up the post for that. But I did do a variant cover for The Realist Bayani. I just did Rob Powers, if you guys know Rob Powers from Penguino's Revenge and Cataclysm. I'm doing a variant cover for him for Cataclysm. I'm doing some character concepts for the heavy metal band Static X right now for their new tour that's coming out. Nice. I just wrapped up on a bunch of limited edition art pieces for Spotify for the Latin Grammys, which I cannot show until that airs. I got a lot of different things going on.
Yeah, you sound like so lazy. Great. Actually, you sound like a total slacker.
This one is like, let me just show you these. This is Angel's. This is Angel's wife right here. Yeah,
that's my wife. Yeah.
Wow,
that is so dope.
She doesn't have that tattoo, by the way. That's just me with wishful thinking.
Does she have the nose ring?
No, actually. No, she doesn't have that either.
There's a lot of attention to detail, like just within the face of the I want to say hundreds of strands of hair, to the eyebrows, to the cheekbones, even to like how the fit fits her, and it feels realistic, especially as if you see on a woman, that's amazing, man.
Brother, when I tell you the one thing, most artists will tell you they hate drawing hands and feet, but I will take hands and feet over hair any day. I've done because a lot of people get curious as to what I do and how I do it. They probably think I'm taking photos and just doing a collage of it. So I've gotten into the habit of doing the art pieces live so they can see the process. Yeah. And when I get to the hair, I'm like, I hope you guys are comfortable because we're going to be here a little bit. And they start seeing doing the strands,
How long does it take to create, like from beginning to end?
It used to take me anywhere from 18 to 19 hours a piece, but because a lot of stuff, especially when it comes to anatomy, becomes muscle memory, I can get a piece done in a couple of hours, like maybe 5-6 hours or something like that.
There's Phil's Tragedy. Can you bring that up a little bit, Ralph?
Okay, hold on.
There we go. Wow.
Yeah, and I specifically like doing stuff for the indies because no one can make the assumption that I'm grabbing pictures from somewhere because these are all original characters. There's no way I could get any kind of picture or anything from anywhere. And then I also, on top of that, show the process, show the painting process, show all that stuff, because I love sharing what I do. You know what I mean? There's always other ways of doing things, and I like to show people that there are ways of doing things. And especially when it comes to being a digital artist, there's a lot of misconceptions of what I do, and I like to, you can't really get mad because if people don't have the knowledge or don't know, they're just gonna assume, and whatever it is they assume, you could get mad or you can just enlighten them.
Yeah, that actually, shout out to Phil Russert also. You know, he did very well at Comic-Con as well, and we're just proud of everybody. You know, we were talking about the fact that, you know, even though Comic-Con was a little thinned out this year, people did very well in purchases, because a lot of us get deterred when there's a line and we're trying to buy something, where we could just go right up to the artist now, have a conversation with them, and then they can actually sell their stuff. And just the conversation is enough to make you buy something. You know, it was good. That interaction was, you know, valuable for a lot of people who sold a lot of stuff. I know I spent a lot of money.
I know I spent a lot of money.
I sadly didn't go this year, but a lot of my art was scattered amongst it, and I heard everything was good because of the way the crowds were. Like, it weren't so many people, but it was enough people where there was enough movement where things can move, you know. And just like you said, you know, you can have those interactions with the creators and the artists and stuff. And that, as speaking as an artist and even speaking as a fan, I would value that more, because if I get a moment to speak to a creator that I admire or stuff, and I get a moment to kind of pick his brain or ask certain questions, that I'm going to value that more than what I purchase. You know, the purchase is just going to be a talisman of a memory that I'm gonna cherish more. So that I was glad to hear that you know, it was able to move a little more.
That's really interesting. So I'm not a con person. So for everyone else who is,
excuse me, I need to leave right now.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry, I didn't make the cut.
No, he could go. He just doesn't. We're gonna have to make him a con person.
All right. So do you like the big cons like Comic-Con, or do you like the smaller cons?
As a fan, not as a creator, I can say I like them both, because the big cons, you know, you go for like the big names and just the experience, you know, pre-COVID, you know, everybody shows out in such the costumes, and then there's sometimes interactive booths, and you'll just find, and I hate to quote Aladdin here, a diamond in a rough. That's where you guys can't see, but I got one of my metal sheets of Avatar Aang and Naruto, and it's amazing. I have it. I wish I could move it, but I don't want to mess up my wall, the computer setup. But it's amazing. And then I like the smaller cons because, like as touched on, like Angel touched on, you kind of get to know the people there. Hey, welcome to the show.
Hey.
It's another child of the show. But you get to know the creators, and you got to get to bond with them and kind of see where things are going. So it really depends on what you're into. Obviously, experienced goers would tell you which ones you should probably go a little bit more, but I prefer both.
Yeah, I mean, same. I prefer both. As a creator, as an artist, the big cons bring me big money, but I do like the smaller cons because they seem more intimate, and I really do like to talk to people. I'm definitely one of those guys. I love to interact with people, so I like to have those experiences too. So with a big con, you can have that if it's slow, but if it's hectic, you're not gonna have that. You're just gonna be pushing out products, and it's just gonna feel like a store. And nothing wrong with that, you know, because bills got to get paid too. But you know, the smaller cons, I guess I do like the smaller cons actually. The intimacy of that is a little more for me. You know, like I like that a little more.
And I have to agree with Donald as a person who actually, you know, both Ralph and I do cons. The fact that you can actually have an exchange with the artist, you know, they could tell you about their product, why they love it, and you can see their enthusiasm when you see that they're enthusiastic about what they did or whatever like that. That's you're more apt to buy it than if you just say, hey, you know, buy my comic.
Sure.
You know, so
yeah. I feel like the small con, you get that feel. You get to actually meet the person. You can actually understand each vendor and what they're doing, what's going on. You know, if you want to showcase yourself, getting to that big con is the way to go. You got to know that you're going to be fighting everybody who's there in order to get some space time, some you time. Whether you're press, whether you're a vendor, whether it's this fight to get all this content down to a small time period, and it just like, I know the first time anybody goes to New York Comic Con, it is one of those overwhelming things. You know, I always tell people, never go make your first con New York Comic Con.
And that is good advice.
Other cons first,
Yes.
and then go to New York Comic Con.
Well, my first con was New York Comic Con.
Mine too.
And I was completely overstimulated. I was like, I did not know. I felt like, I felt like James Dean saying, "They're tearing me apart." I felt like that because I had no idea where I wanted to go. I was all over. It was like I saw one thing and I was like, "Oh," and then I saw something else. I was like, "Oh," and then I was just like, it's like when a kid is on a sugar high. That's exactly what I was like at my first con.
Sugar rush.
And it doesn't help.
Not
It
sugar
doesn't
rush.
help that they have like 20, 30 foot tall statues of stuff that just grab your attention. And,
Yes.
and a lot of times, especially if you're an indie artist or an indie creator, you kind of suffer because all these big names are there.
Yeah.
All these big, like Capcom and Marvel and DC, and they will overtake everything, and people will just beeline straight to them. And you're here trying to push your own product, trying to put your own kind of little pin in it,
Mhm.
and it could affect you. But like I agree with you, it could be overstimulating, and on both ends, right? On the fan side and on the creator
Exactly.
side.
Yeah.
And on the creator side, exactly. Well, listen, we're going to move on because Eddie, you have a review on Netflix's Midnight Mass, and we're dying to hear your review on that. So let's start with that first because we got a lot of content to get through this evening.
Sure.
Yeah, because depending on what you say on that, I'm going to watch it or not.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, Midnight Mass is a total treat. Like, it is definitely worth watching. It is a let me just scroll to where I have all my stuff. But Midnight Mass is actually a miniseries on Netflix right now, and it's about an isolated island community, which is off the U.S. somewhere, and it doesn't say where. And this community all of a sudden starts to experience these miraculous events. And then all of the events seem to warp and become more like frightening omens. They begin to sort of not be miraculous. They begin to be scary. And then what you see is at the beginning, you see the arrival of this young priest who's taking over for a priest that was there for a long, long time and was taken ill, and this priest replaces him. And what you soon find out is not everything is what you expect. It's very focused on. It's very much like a vampire story, which is amazing. So there's a little bit of Silver Bullet in here. There's a little bit of a vampire story in here. There's a lot of grade A acting. The acting is so good for many of these episodes. And in the first couple episodes, I have to tell you, it's not like the most exciting thing to watch. There's not like fancy things happening around you, but the acting is incredible. It is so, so good and spot on. And the guy that plays the priest is ridiculous. Now, who here knows Salem's Lot?
For sure.
Salem's Lot.
Yeah.
This is Salem's Lot. This is very much like a Salem's Lot story, where you have this presence that ends up being a vampire that ends up taking over a town. And let me tell you, the last episode is off the freaking hook. Like, this thing goes crazy, and it is so good. It just grabs you from the beginning to the end. So
that's amazing.
So highly, highly recommended. It's actually made by Mike Flanagan, who did Gerald's Game. He also did the movie Hush. And actually, if you look in Gerald's Game and the movie Hush, you'll actually see references to Midnight Mass in those, because Mike Flanagan was planning on doing this series for Netflix for so long. He's been planning this for 10 years. So actually the angel one of the things, and I don't think I'm giving anything away, one of the things that is interesting about this is it takes Roman Catholicism and it juxtaposes the Roman Catholicism story and actions with that of vampires.
Wow.
So it's really interesting, like drinking of the blood and the presence of angels right? And is this a good angel or bad angel? Are we looking at a vampire? Are we looking at a demon? Are we looking at an angel? So it really focuses on an angel, and actually the angel in this, which is maybe a demon, it shares traits with something called Aluka, which is a type of vampirific demon, Aluka, and they're first mentioned in Proverbs. And there's an episode of the same name. So I think Proverbs, actually, the book of Proverbs inspired a lot of this.
That makes sense.
No, this is really deep. Now I can't wait to watch this. Salem's Lot, especially the 1970s version with David Soul, was one of my all-time favorite episodics that they had on for like a week. It was like a mini series in the 70s. And then also the book itself by Stephen King is by far one of my favorites.
This will be right up your alley then. If you like Salem's Lot, this is for you, and you will not go wrong. Trust me, spend the time to watch this.
You had me at demons, angels, and vampires.
Definitely. And can you tell us about, I know we were talking about something, so let's talk quickly about this. Okay, I don't even know what to say about this because I'm kind of like a humdrum about this particular movie coming out.
Okay.
So but let's talk about Halloween Kills.
All right. Ooh. Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills opened this past weekend.
Oh boy.
And it's, as you know, the story of Michael Myers returns, and you see that Laurie Strode right there, and this time with her daughter and her granddaughter. And they're fighting against Michael Myers. So I think what's interesting about this is if you look at the series, a lot of this particular movie in the series actually is more brutal than previous versions, even more brutal from what I hear. I haven't seen it yet. The Rob Zombie version.
Really?
So the numbers are more, the kills are more brutal. It is more hardcore violence than we've seen in the horror movies. In fact, if you look at the first Halloween movie, there's not a lot of blood. You can't see a lot of blood on the screen in the first Halloween movie. This one, apparently, you see a lot of blood.
I think there was a thing about that. I did watch a documentary.
Yeah,
it's on Netflix.
The movies Who Made Us. They talked about that.
Yep. That was it.
Yep. And
they weren't allowed to show blood or something.
That's
Not
right.
that they weren't allowed. He didn't have the money for it.
Yeah, there was a very small budget.
Yeah, so
and the first movie had way more suspension. You know, you like it was crafted differently. And I always feel like, I've said this before. I feel like if you don't have money, you get creative, and when you get creative, that's when you capture people.
Yeah, I think so too. Because you have to do out of the norm. You have to think out the box. Absolutely.
I think there's some interesting tidbits in here for the Halloween series, the people that love the Halloween series. For example, three of the people that are shown going trick-or-treating are actually wearing silver shamrock masks from Halloween 3, which is kind of an interesting reference to
2
Halloween
more days
3.
till Halloween.
That's right.
Yes. It's a terrible movie.
I actually heard a rumor that I think this guy wants to bring all that back. He wants to touch base with that with that movie that everybody seems to have forgotten about, that he actually wants to do something with it. And people were like, "What?"
Yeah.
Listen, I didn't forget that movie because it was totally different than Halloween 1 and 2, and I was highly disappointed when I paid my money to go see it.
Yeah, Michael Myers did not make an appearance in that. Interestingly, in this one, though, you do have the original Nick Castle. You do have a lot of people from the original cast of the original Halloween. You have Charles Cyphers, Kylie Richards, Nancy Stevens, Nick Castle, of course, Jamie Lee Curtis. So you have a lot of people from the original cast coming back. And yes, there's another one planned right after this. It's Halloween Kills, and then coming up in 2022, you have Halloween Ends. So
really?
Yes.
Really?
That's right. Well,
It's going to end.
Halloween ends until they make $50 million, and then they'll find a way to begin it again.
And it'll be Halloween ends again.
Well,
No,
you know what?
It'll be Halloween Resurrected, and then Halloween
Yes.
I could swear they did Halloween ends like 2 or 3 years ago, and they're like, "Oh, this is the movie that's going to end it all."
Yeah,
I'm waiting for a little bit more Mike. Ever since Rob Zombie, I wanted more action from Mike, and just more explanation of how mysterious and cold-blooded it is. The previous Halloween movies was like he was a demon, he's an entity, he's bringing the evil and all this other stuff. That didn't go so well. And I really was looking forward to this one. I've seen the first one. I want to see Halloween Kills as well. Because if you guys remember, the Jason movie came out and Jason ran. And I was like, he can run? Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. Jason doesn't run. Maybe a light jog.
You're talking about the Friday the 13th, the one that came out like 10 years ago, that one?
I believe so. You know what? They just, instead of saying like a different name of like Friday the 13th, the new beginning or something, they just like Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, he was like doing gymnastics and stuff. It was totally stupid. I thought it was because. Anyway,
what? That was amazing.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
Listen,
are we talking about the one where
Augie is a purist when it comes to Friday the 13th.
I am.
So you cannot deter him. That anything that does anything like that. Augie, Augie and I have been friends for a very, very, very long time. And hold on. He has talked me into so many bad Friday the 13th movies. He has dragged me to so many of them. I sit there like this and stare at him through the whole movie when we're watching it. Let's start, for example, Jason Goes to New York. Let's start with that. What's the first bad one that he took us? And then
he took Manhattan by way of Vancouver.
Yes, exactly. By way of Toronto or wherever the heck he was. And then let's talk about Jason in Outer Space.
Oh my God.
That was classic. That was a classic.
Jason in Outer Space was classic.
One of the best kills in the entire franchise in that movie.
Okay, I do agree with you on that one. That one of the kills were pretty fantastical. But yes, I sat there like that and I was like, you are not going to talk me into another bad movie again.
You were pretty angry after that
one. We went to go see Jason versus Freddy.
Yeah.
And I kept telling him while I was in there, as a winner, they're going to kill Kelly Rowland because her acting is so bad.
Wow.
And then we had a celebration after they did. You're like,
yeah, we really celebrated.
Yeah,
sorry, Kelly, but it was bad, baby.
Terrible in that movie. She was terrible.
If I can throw in a quick jab, Destiny's Child, with the exception of the third member, they're not really great actresses. I'm just saying. Great songwriters and singers. Not
even the lead singer. Let's just put it out there.
Oof.
Careful.
Okay.
Wow.
So
this just got really dark.
This is the show for it, okay?
Gotta drink my tea after that.
Yeah, gotta drink some tea on that one. Anyway, so thanks. Do you think it's something that we should see, or do you think it's something that we should just wait until it comes out on streaming?
Well, me, I got to watch all the cheesy ones. So look, if you're gonna watch this, watch it for the kills. Watch it for don't watch it for the acting. Don't think you're going to be heavily moved. Watch it for the, entertainment value and the kill volume.
I'm very supportive.
Is the kill volume higher?
It's much higher, yeah.
Yeah, and much more brutal. That's what he said.
Man,
but I'm a big fan of Jamie Lee Curtis.
He killed the fire department. As soon as he comes out of the building and those kills on the fire people alone, I was like, what the heck? Whoa.
Yeah.
That's like Friday the 13th Part 2 when he gets the person in the wheelchair. You're just kind of like, what?
That is so not politically correct. So not politically correct. Right now, people would be protesting. So, this is not going to happen in these movies.
There were protesting. There were protests. There was a firefighting union that said that they should take out the beginning. They didn't win, obviously, but they were actual firefighters actually that were cast in those roles. So
that's why they were protesting, because they didn't get paid. Some people didn't get paid. They were like, "How come you didn't come to our firehouse and kill all of us?"
Oh my goodness!
All right, I have to do 2 shout outs though. The first shout out is one of my favorite movies. One of my favorite franchises is The Muppets. And The Muppets Haunted Mansion is now streaming on Disney Plus.
I've been looking forward to this. Yeah.
You must watch this.
Gotta watch it.
It is amazing. Like, if you want to smile, this is the movie. And it is
I'm a huge Muppets fan too.
Me too. I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah, same here.
That.
As soon as I saw the trailer, I was like, I gotta see this.
It is so much yes. All right, and the next one is something that they're filming as we speak. They're filming it tonight, and they're filming it up in Rhode Island. They are actually filming Hocus Pocus 2.
Get out of here!
They are filming it right now as we speak.
Oh my God! All the original cast, though, right? All the Sarah sisters, all the original cast members.
Yes, everybody's coming back, from what I understand. Everybody's coming back. Great. Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Great.
So look out for that.
Listen, let me tell you something. When I tell you that me and my wife are huge Hocus Pocus fans, every time like the end of September, I'm like, honey, let's watch Hocus Pocus. Like, no. You gotta set the mood. We gotta be in October. We gotta watch it.
I love it.
We got to. Like I'm pretty sure, like, we haven't watched it yet, but I'm sure my wife is gonna be like, all right, Hocus Pocus time.
It's so worth it.
Such a great movie. Such a great movie. It really is. Really is. So, Amanda. Oh my gosh. Hi.
Hi, Amanda.
Hi, Amanda. I owe you a text back. I'm so sorry. I was prepping for this show. I'm so glad you're watching tonight. Welcome. So we're going to actually talk about some old school horror real quick before we get into our topic tonight. I wanted to highly recommend. I love revisiting old school horror during this time. Sorry, y'all, my chair is broken. It's died on me.
New chair it is.
Yeah. It's coming. A new chair, and it's gonna be fancy too. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you all that I love revisiting old school horror during this time. So I'm going to just kind of like highlight some of my favorite old school horror films. And I'm not talking about 1980s. I'm talking stuff from like the 50s to the 70s when I was growing up, and stuff that really terrified me, and stuff that I think could actually hold up today. Even today, even though it was created in the 70s, the 50s, 60s, and 70s, I think it would still go over. So my first suggestion to everybody would be The Changeling. So by far, when I was in college and we used to all go over everybody's house and visit and stuff like that, I had friends who lived off campus. We would watch a bunch of really, really scary things. Thank you, Amanda, for that cosign, because yes, it is so good. We used to watch a lot of scary movies, and this was one that we would always revisit. It stars George C. Scott and Trish Vanderveer, and I am telling you, one of the scariest movies, no blood, but a classic haunt movie.
It's actually on, right? It's on Martin Scorsese's list of top 11 scariest movies of all time.
Oh, I look, I'm with you, Martin. I'm with you on that one.
I gotta pull out a notepad for this segment, because I want to see some of these.
And you got to give us your feedback on it, because you did give us our feedback on our last week's movie that we watched.
Yeah, this movie is fantastic. I saw it when I was a kid, and I still remember it, so that says a lot.
What didn't they like remake this or something? Or I feel like they did a remake on this or something.
There was a reboot set for development in July of 2020, but it hasn't come out yet.
Okay.
I don't know, because I think that this is one of those. I think they just need to leave it alone. Yeah, it's just classic as it is. Can you share like a little bit of info on this for us, Auggie?
Yeah, sure. So this is actually, of course, a classic haunted house story, but it's based on a real haunted house. And it was actually in called the Henry Treat Rogers Mansion in Cheeseman Park in Denver, Colorado. The house has since been demolished, but the entire story was based on the events that happened in that house. So I love movies that are based on real incidences, and this is one of them. It adds this level of creepiness, which I love. They actually couldn't find, when they were making this movie, they couldn't find a house that looked like the house they wanted. So they took an older home and they built a new facade in front of this older home.
Wow.
Michael's back. Michael's back.
That was an extra push.
So the front is a facade that was built by Hollywood, but the back, which is where they did a lot of the interiors, is actually another house. They built a facade on top of another house to get this done.
Oh wow! They must have had some money for this.
But one of the coolest tidbits here is this is the first on-screen appearance of actor Joshua Jackson. He is in this movie when he's only several months old. Now, this was probably filmed in 79. It came out in 80. So kind of an interesting tidbit. Joshua Jackson is working. If you don't know who he is, he's working all the time right now. Definitely Google him. I saw him on Broadway.
Excuse me. If you want to watch Dr. Death, which I'm in, Joshua Jackson plays the lead role in that. I can highly recommend Dr. Death, which is streaming right now on Peacock. It's a true crime story that was introduced through a famous podcast, and it stars Joshua Jackson, Christian Slater, and Alec Baldwin,
and Les Fry,
Yes. By the way, yes,
sounds amazing.
Check it out. All right, yes, but Joshua Jackson, wow,
yeah, he was only a couple months old.
All right.
And I love some George C. Scott. There's something about George. He's over the top, but it's so good. I don't know. There's something I love about him. I think he is a classic stage actor. Yes.
The only type of actors that they created during that time period. He is one of them. He's up there in amongst the greats.
I agree.
He's great. I love his Christmas Carol. Is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
He actually does a great job, and it's because it's so well acted. You know, because it gives the whole Christmas Carol story a gravitas.
Yes, it does. Like your voice. Everything a gravitas.
Okay, so one more movie that I want to really highlight too. This by far scared the bejesus out of me when I was a kid, and it's Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath is a group of stories that center around some type of horror, some type of they're like similar to what you would find like in Creepshow or Tales of the Crypt. Black Sabbath was that, and it starred Boris Karloff. By far one of the scariest films I've ever seen. Very, very scary.
So you're right. So Boris Karloff, there's 3 stories in this. One story is concerning a stalked call girl. Another one is a vampire-like monster who preys on his family. And then there's a nurse who is haunted by her ring's rightful owner. Boris Karloff actually said that he had the most fun of any movie, filming this movie, of any movie he's done.
Wow. It says a lot.
Amazing.
It says a lot.
I mean, Boris Karloff is like the royalty of horror icons, right? Along with like Lon Chaney and Bela Lugosi and Vincent Price. So for him to say that, this is a really big deal.
Yeah, and this was filmed in Technicolor, which was a really big thing.
Look at that.
This is something that you all don't know about, but because I'm old, I do know about this when movies started turning into Technicolor. and I remember when horror was all in black and white, and then when Technicolor came, it was like, amazing to go see it. And so everything was very brilliant. Yeah. But it still has, when you see it, it has that old school feel to it, but it was just a brilliant color.
I like how they I'll watch Nick at night. No, I'm just
I like how they didn't put any makeup on her hands. I think that's kind of amusing.
Oh, I didn't notice that either when I was watching. I never noticed that. It was so scary.
Yeah, Quentin Tarantino cites this as one of his biggest influences. And he watched this when he was creating Pulp Fiction.
Wow.
He had
Oh
one
my
of the
gosh.
posters of this on his wall. And of course, what does Black Sabbath make you think of?
The group,
The band.
the band.
Yeah.
So this film serves as the inspiration for the naming of the heavy metal band Black Sabbath.
Ooh.
Wow.
In 1968, the band, then called Earth,
Oh
was called
no,
Earth.
no.
It
No.
was playing a small
God,
club.
they changed their name.
It was playing a small club in Birmingham, England. Across the street was a movie theater showing the film Black Sabbath. The band noticed that more people were going to see the movie. They were going to see the band. And they realized that horror sells more tickets. So they decided to change the band's name to Black Sabbath.
Yeah. Yep.
Rather
I
than
agree.
Earth.
Earth. That just would not go over. Just thinking about Ozzy and all of them. Can you imagine them being called Earth?
That would be hilarious.
Just didn't. So those are two that I recommend to our audience. Please check those out and let us know what you think about it. I know Angel's going to do it. So Angel, once you watch them, let me know what you think about those two horror films. I'm going to introduce maybe 2 or 3 next week that I think are horror classics that could stand up to horror today, and give you the same chills, thrills, and kills, if there are any in it, that you probably see in movies today. But those are classic horror films from the 50s and to the early 80s. So
it's amazing.
I need to run through this very quickly because we are running out of time. So we're going to go maybe a little bit over this evening, you all, if you want to hang with me a little bit, because this is something that we have often talked about on this show. And now, it went dead for a little while, but now it's back. And what am I talking about? I am now talking about haunted TikTok. Haunted TikTok, and if you don't know what it is the app itself has the tendency to capture things that we don't see with the normal human eye. Ooh. And I don't know what it is about TikTok that captures things, and it may be the energy that people are emitting when they're doing little dances or something like that.
It's all that data going to China. That's what it is.
I don't know what it is. You know what I told you? What I told you about it before. I think that they put some kind of a curse on it. It took me a long time to join TikTok. And let me just tell you all.
I'm still not on there.
Okay, but let me tell you all something. So today, I was playing with TikTok. Uh-oh. I was uploading stuff for my cats. I have started a cat community, a trap, neuter, and release community in my backyard. I'm excited. We caught our first cat yesterday, and I feature them. They're called the Backyardigans because they're always in my backyard. The Backyardigans, New Jersey. Please like, subscribe, and follow them. They're also on Instagram. Anyway, I was playing with it today because I was uploading some information about it, and they have these like little apps that you are like little, I don't know if they're screen things that you can play with, to use. And they have one called the Haunted one where you could capture a ghost. If you put it up in different places, you capture a ghost. Now, real quick, I'm going to tell you all something. I'm not crazy, but 3 or 4 weeks ago, we had a humongous flood and storm here in New Jersey. This was compounded by a Category 3 tornado. I have never, my house is a turn of the century home. It was built in 1902. I've never seen anything in it. And I made sure that when I moved into this house, I would make sure that everything was spiritually closed in this house. I went through and prayed and smudged and did all of that stuff. After that flood, though, I saw something in my house. And we have an old structure chimney in our house. I saw this thing run from my house, from the chimney area to our guest bedroom. Now, I thought it was real late at night. I was working on content, so I thought maybe I was tired. It could have been these glasses I was wearing and everything. And then one time I saw it, and it was almost comical. It actually froze in position. Yeah, because it knew that I saw it. But the day that the cat started chasing it, I knew it was something. And then they were staking themselves out in the bathroom watching the chimney. So I knew I was seeing something. Now, this creature that I saw was transparent, but I knew I could see its features. It had spindly legs and arms. It had a trunk-sized square body. It had a long nose like a moose. It had tiny ears on its head, and it had big, like googly-looking eyes. Now, I went on Reddit to their cryptid feature on there, and I posted on there asking anybody had they seen anything like this before. And people were giving me all of these things. They thought it was a Jersey Devil, but the Jersey Devil has wings. And this thing didn't have wings. I mean, they still have not figured it out. What they have discovered is that they felt it was like an interdimensional being. Now, I've not seen this thing since the cats chased it, but I used this little filter today, and I took it and put it over there in that area, and the thing actually showed like there was a spirit there. I just about jumped out of my seat.
Wow.
That's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll take a rain check on that dinner.
So now, and what it was it would show you like these little hands or something. Well, that's where the hands showed up. Wow. I put it facing me, no hands. I put it facing this way, no hands. But the hands showed up right over there. So that's why I said, that's it. This weekend, that thing and everything else that's in here is out of this house. This house is going to get prayed up this weekend. But my point being is that because TikTok has features like this, people are capturing things on TikTok.
Man, listen.
I just want to say, before we even get into that really quickly, you can need to send me your address so I can send you some sage. And not like the old sage, the good sage.
Oh, no problem. I got that, I got my indigenous sage up in here.
Oh,
this is going to happen. This is going to definitely happen this weekend.
I mean, with technology, people forget. I'll share a quick story. So I used to be more of a logical, scientific person. If science can't prove it, we'll see what happens, right? And one of the things that I've encountered is kind of a telepathy. And I have a telepathic link with one of my friends. I believe I have a telepathic link with my daughter, to be honest with you. And just various people I meet, their energy, sometimes it happens. Now, once again, I wasn't one of those people that was like, oh, I believe in everything spiritual, but something happened to a point where like, it's not telepathy. Like I could be like, I want food, get me food. But it's like, oh, you're having a bad day. I can feel that. And stuff like that changes. So now, if that exists in the world, who's to say what we're putting in these phones, these $1,500 phones, whatever, they're not picking that up and maybe making it a little bit more transmittable to us in different ways. Just for even having a phone, we might pick up something. It may activate a part of our brain we never knew existed or was active, So let's definitely pray it up. That is amazing. I'm going to stay away from TikTok for now. I'm not ready. I'm not ready just yet. I'm on the show, but I'm not ready.
But you know what they say, these things use technology in order to be able to do whatever they're doing. They use the technology in order to show themselves. They play with the lights. They uncharge batteries in order to present themselves. You hear stuff in white static. I know enough ghost hunters to know all these little EVP and all these little tricks that are happening, and they're using technology in order to capture all this. And at the same time, more and more, we're filming things that we weren't filming before. We're showcasing things where the camera wasn't before, and now all of a sudden we're catching things because it probably was there before. It's just that we didn't see it because we don't have eyes behind our head.
Right.
Oh my God.
Well, what is scary to me is that TikTok is using these as games.
Before you guys go anymore, I have to go pick up food for my wife. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
you better.
Man.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. All right, Angel. Thank you so much
so
for joining us. Watch the footage of the TikTok videos when you get a chance, and make sure that you watch those movies and let me know what you think about it. And we definitely would love to have you come back. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Angel.
Is there anything real quick that you want to promote before you leave?
Well, can't do food stamps. That's sold out. So the realist Bayani, that's gonna drop soon. I don't know when. You gotta talk to Mark Bielso for that one. Tragedy. The second issue, my variant cover for that, drops November 1st on his Kickstarter. Stay tuned for that. The stuff with Rob Powers is probably a couple of months away as well. Stay tuned to the Latin Grammys for some stuff that I have on there. When Worlds Collide, me and Raf's series. As soon as I'm done with these commissions, we're
coming soon.
And that's really it. I've closed commissions, but if you are a creative looking for a comic book variant cover, I'm open for that. All the other commissions are closed for now.
Thank you, Angel.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Angel.
All right, thank you. We'll see you soon. Okay, bye. Take care. All right, y'all. Let's get into this footage real quick. We've only got a few more minutes, so. This footage right now, I've not actually viewed this footage. So we are going to be watching this for the first time. This is from TikTok Paradise. Please go follow, like, subscribe them on their channel on YouTube. And let's get into this right now.
Right now.
Keep talking.
Right now.
Keep rolling.
Right
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
I don't think I like where this is going already.
Oh, man.
All right, here we go.
What?
So that's just half the stuff. A lot of people say that they see like dark figures and stuff like that. But did you all notice that he had no facial features?
I didn't see anything.
That
That was crazy.
It was almost like a shadow was chasing her. Yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
Call 911.
Totally scared.
Don't wait for your family. Call 911.
Right.
Dude, what bugged me out the most is that then she sees it in the house.
No, he was doing something with the door handle downstairs.
That looked like it was in the house, man.
Yeah. So very, very scary. Let's move on to some of the other footage that they have.
I'm scared right now. I have a whole bunch of lights.
Here we
that
go.
energy transfers.
Hold on, let's go.
This isn't for.
Did y'all see that?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know what I saw though.
Okay, let's go back to that.
No, that's not. You know what? You're right.
Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. That was
Tiny
pretty quick.
Tiny Tim singing "Tiptoe Through the Tulips" is freaky.
Freaky enough. Freaky enough. Okay, so let's see. I don't know if I believe this footage, but let's look at this again.
So it looks like a white face and black hair.
Let's see. Yeah, it looked like a face. Hold on.
Now.
Okay. That was creepy. I don't know what that was.
I don't know what it was either.
It did look like a face with some hair.
I didn't
like
see any
Jigsaw.
eyes. I didn't see any eyes.
It was like Jigsaw, except without the rosy cheeks.
Yeah.
Here's the funny thing. You guys are like, oh, no, this isn't for kids. And my daughter goes, I saw that already.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You need to get Ralph, you need to monitor her TikTok.
It's
watching this
funny.
stuff
She
on
likes
TikTok.
the scary stuff. I'm not
Oh
sure
God,
why.
she is your
I
child.
don't know
She
if
is your child.
she is my child. I was gonna say I don't know where she gets it from, but yeah, you're right.
All right, let's look at the next thing.
He died a year ago.
Yeah. Now I saw that one. That's her dog that died, and she caught the dog in the house. He died a year ago. Let's look at that again.
How?
How?
Look. Let's look at it again.
Let me just hold this up real quick, just in case.
Okay, here we go.
He's cute.
I saw this
for having been dead for a year. He's really cute.
But she's saying that that's a manifestation of her dog.
Wow.
And
Where's the rest of his body?
where is his body?
Isn't he behind a?
You would say
Would you see the legs?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you see his legs right there? There are no legs.
And the curtains are transparent enough that you would see that silhouette of a body. Okay, you know what?
There are no legs. No chest, no nothing.
He's a cutie.
He is cute, but his eyes aren't shining. You don't see his eyes.
Oh, that's
Normally
true.
you see a dog's eyes reflecting. You don't see his eyes reflecting. What is that all about?
I think I would like my my pets that died to come back.
Well, I heard that they still stay around, but to be physically manifested like that, a manifestation.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like with that,
Ralph. So apparently,
at night,
and Augie's house are off limits for the next year.
I completely agree, man. Wow.
Okay, let's move on.
Don't you miss your old pets? I do.
No.
I do.
Okay.
I do. I miss my old pets, but not like that. I wouldn't want to see my dog like that.
They got to move on.
Yeah. So let's go on to our next one that they have on this compilation. What is that? I heard that if you dream about that man, that bad things do happen. I have heard of that on a separate feed, for horror videos.
He looks like one of those Instagram people that had too much plastic surgery.
But the wrong way.
It's like...
Yeah, Amanda, maybe he is a hologram puppy. Who knows? Yeah.
Sounds logical to me.
Okay,
I've never heard. Good.
Let's go on. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say I never heard of that guy, or have I ever seen that face before?
I completely agree.
I'm going to see if I can find some other footage regarding that particular man that people have said they've seen him in their
Maybe
dreams.
it's a good thing. Maybe we don't need.
I don't need him in my life.
Go looking for trouble. They get trouble.
I don't need to see this man.
Let's move on. Okay, let's move on. Here we go.
I have Tiptoe Through the Tulips going through my head.
I'm hearing whispering.
Whispering? Who could that be from?
Listen. They went off-roading and they saw something behind the bushes.
Oh, I don't see anything.
You don't see anything?
Are you sharing something? We're just watching each other.
Sure. Hold on one second. Let me go back. I'm so sorry. I'm sitting here enjoying all of it. Okay, hold on one second. Let me just.
I thought we had a fifth co-host. We had a guest.
It's like one of those YouTube channels where you see reactions of people.
Wait a minute. Do y'all hear whispering?
That was from the video. I think.
Okay. Here we go. Let's do this.
Don't scare me like this.
Here we go.
You see that? What is that? Should we get closer? What is that? See, it almost looks like it's looking at us. Let's get out of here. I don't know. Let's get out of here. I don't know. We're gonna have to back up out of here. Is that it again? Why does it look like it's following? I'm gonna roll the window down. Hello? No, okay, we're fine, we're fine. You okay? Okay. Just get out of here.
Read it over.
Okay. Why would he roll down his window?
I thought he was going to talk to it. Like, hello.
Hey,
He said hello, but
I
do
want
you
to
need
say
to
hi,
say hello?
Yeah.
You in a dark road, off-roading, and you see something standing there that's all white. Do you need to say hello?
Remember,
that is obviously a white man.
Even more reason to run. Listen, if you think about me, all of us of color, off-roading, if that would ever happen, off-roading, and we see the one lonely white man standing in the behind a bush in some desolate place, I would not say hi.
Let's roll down the window, shall we?
Yeah, let's roll down the window.
Let's unlock our doors.
Hello. That's why white folks, always get, annihilated in scary movies. And that's why we run. It would never, like Eddie Murphy said, a scary movie with black people in it. Well, now, Jordan Peele has pretty much demystified all that. But we wouldn't last 5 minutes in a scary house. We wouldn't even do it.
They'd be like, get out. Well, too bad we gotta go.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen
This is pretty much the extent of my scariness right here.
Have you ever seen that meme where someone's like, real estate, that the last family died of a brutal massacre, and then you see all the white people like moving in. Like, let's get out. Let's move in. Hilarious.
All right. Yes, folks, we can be politically incorrect here. So,
I'm white, so I can say these things.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's move on to our next video.
Guys, we just found the craziest thing right now. We are at the gates of hell.
I cannot believe what we just...
So we came up through there and there's a dead chicken in a bag with feathers everywhere. The gates of hell are down there, and apparently people come here to worship the devil and do sacrifices. I have actually come across people while I've been here. We're gonna come back here at night, so if you want to see that, like this video. And yeah, this is like really effed up. I'm really upset. I feel like I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah, we should probably go.
Come back at night? You out of your whole entire mind. Come back at night with who? The army? Maybe. Come back here at night.
Look, the things that people do for likes and subscription, they do that. Likes and subscribings. Yes.
At night.
You're right, Amanda.
Yeah. That's just not me. Yeah.
I still can't believe she said, we'll come back tonight and we'll look at this stuff. I'm like, what?
I can't believe it. You guys, we saw the gates of hell. We're coming back here tonight.
Yeah, tonight.
Like and
if you
subscribe.
Like and subscribe. We'll be back here tonight. The gates of hell.
My bathroom is next to my bedroom, and I still don't go there without lights on. Okay, it's right there. Okay, right there.
I
wake up. I walk through the house and I click.
Yeah. Look, rather safe than sorry. We've got about 10 minutes, so let's just get in some other footage real quick.
That darkness monster, the one that lives in our homes, he must be upset because I click. He's like, almost got him.
Okay, I'm going to share something that is specifically called the haunted side of TikTok. Let's show this content right now. Let me see. Get the banner in here. And this is from TikTok Base. So let's watch some of their footage.
Ooh, start off nice.
Mm-hmm. It's freaking weird. Oh my god!
1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. 5, 6, grab your crucifix.
Lego. Come here.
Okay, you all, let me tell you a little bit about that story right there. So
Burned the whole house down.
She thought
Burned
that
it.
was her dog.
Yeah, it looked like a dog.
That was not her
I
dog.
saw that she thought it was her dog. I was waiting for
She thought
Lego
it
to
was her
show
dog.
up and the thing still be there.
They cut that clip, but I saw the full clip. Her dog came from the other side.
That's
That
what I
was
was
not her
expecting.
dog.
Yeah.
That is freaking scary.
Yes, yes. So she heard her dog playing, but she didn't know where he was. And so when that dog peeked around the corner, she thought it was her dog. And then Lego came from outside, from the other side of the living room.
Mm.
And that's when she jumped up out of the bed and went around the corner to see there was no dog there.
My favorite one is the one where they open up the cellar door. That's terrific.
Yes, yes, definitely. That's perfect. Okay, let's do one more.
So for today's drink,
What?
Let's look at that again because
Yes.
I've seen this footage before. So she was doing a review on a drink, and behind her, she saw her curtain move.
so for today's drink,
Damn, she like went for it. Good for
Man, she
her.
clocked that ghost.
She did. She was like, boom.
What? I want her on my team. When we go check out that basement, she's leading the pack. I mean, I'm going to be there with her upstairs.
We'll let her go first. Check it out.
So that video actually made its rounds on all of the compilations that most people were showing on, just the show, their shows. Mm-hmm. Yes, she basically said, look, I don't know what that was, but she was not having it. She's like, I'm going after you. She thought that it was somebody just showed up in the back of her yard looking at what she was doing and playing.
I want to know what she thought of that drink.
Well,
we'll never know.
No, we'll never know what she thought of that drink because she was running after the ghost. And let's do one more. Yeah, Amanda, these are very scary, but these are all things that were caught on TikTok, you all. Let's do our next ones.
I blame China.
I don't know. I think China gave us a horse with a gift in its mouth. If that's right, that'll make no sense.
A horse with a gift.
A gifted horse. A gifted, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Go ahead. A Trojan horse.
Cubes?
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Shut up. Here we go.
Dis-moi qui est le plus beau.
No, I didn't show anything. Okay, let's look at this.
It's too dope.
Oh my God.
Jesus. No, thank you.
So that also made its round on the horror compilations. Yes, his dog wouldn't even go downstairs. This guy had been having some other issues within his house. This is the first time that he captured this. This thing was banging the door one night while him and his girlfriend were in the house. And so he went down to film it, and that thing ran towards him.
Whoa.
This has been a great show.
Dude, I heard
Good
that
night, everybody.
I heard that running. I was like, what the heck is that?
Yeah, very, 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 very scary. Very
That
scary.
was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah.
I always leave the best for last. So what do you all think? Do you all think that TikTok is haunted?
Yes.
I think,
Dude,
TikTok
I've been
is
on
haunted.
TikTok for a while, and I go through the videos, and sometimes I spend hours on there because it's only videos that are like a couple of seconds to 3 minutes long, But as you keep watching, the next thing you know, it's like hours later. You're like, what the hell? Where did the time go? And you end up, well, especially because I like what I like, you end up on that side of TikTok and you're like, how do I get out of this side of TikTok?
Yeah, TikTok. Sorry, y'all. TikTok is, I love it as a format, as a forum to do little quick videos to, you know, if you're doing something, if you're advertising something or you're fundraising. But I am not a big fan of just filming myself doing anything, in particular, the filters that it had, like the one that I used today. I was completely just aghast at that. So, you know, and I don't know what that is. I think that these are all like apparatuses so you can commune with things like that, you know, and it's they put it on there for play, but it actually is inviting something.
The funny thing is that some of these filters are for other purposes, but they're using them for these purposes. You know, because the filter is for this, but then they go, wait, look, there's something in the background, there's something in the blur in this filter. So now they're using it to find ghosts, and you're like, okay, but that's not what the filter was for in the first place.
This is true. This is true. Just like the Xbox Connect. Now the Xbox Connect is used for ghost hunting.
Exactly.
They've set it up because it actually
it captures the motion capture. Yeah, the little dots, you'll see things moving.
It actually formulates the body. And maybe we can do a little series on that, the things that have been caught on Xbox Connect.
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that when you come back, because you're not going to be with us next week, next Thursday.
That's right. I won't be. Be.
So
I will miss all of you, though. I will miss you terribly.
Whatever.
Wait. As long as you're not going to investigate something, okay? Because I don't want you investigating anything.
Don't call me Mayhem. Don't call me either.
I'm going to go investigate a spa next to an ocean.
Yeah,
I'll
let
let
us
you
know
know if
about
I
that.
find anything.
All right. So when you come back on November 4th, and we have a really great guest on November 4th, and Ralph, you actually should come back for that show as well. For our guests that are going to be here, and we're going to look at and see if I can find some footage on Connect videos, Haunted Connect videos.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for sticking with us. Thank you, Amanda, for sticking with us and showing up for the show. I'm so happy to see you. And everybody else who viewed the show this evening, we will be back next Thursday at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. So please follow us, like, subscribe to our content, and all the people that we featured this evening, please like and subscribe to their content. We are the Tingling Tea here, and we will be back next Thursday. Stay spooky, everybody. Take care.
Tingly.
Bye. Okay, that's not it. Don't stand.
I'm like,
we're back. Oh my God.
I'm not going to take your shirt off or anything.
I was just about
This has got to be the best intro and outro to the show ever. This is the best way to end a spooky show, I swear.
Gotta laugh about it.
What are you doing?
All right. I'm getting this together. Bye, y'all. Take care, everyone. Stay safe.